if you set a goal, say if you have a goal and it's a really good goal, a good meaning it's outside of what you think already you could have or you could accomplish. And we'll get to that later. However, a good goal where you have to become a different you or grow some aspect of you in order to accomplish the goal. Not just a goal where it's a to-do goal, like a list of I should clean out the garage and organize the pantry. Those are to-do goals. They're great. However, I'm talking about a goal that is outside. When you achieve the goal, you will have become a person who is different than the one you were before. You had to become this person to have that goal. So, say you have a goal, a good goal, that's outside of what you really, really, truly think you can have. And you have a goal, and you go for that goal, right? You're going to go take action, do things, talk to people, ask for support, get information, practice, stumble, fall, get back up, keep going, right? A goal that's going to take a reworking of your belief system, your behaviors, everything. Which note right there, it's going to challenge your belief system to have the goal because you don't have it yet, so you don't think you can have it. And it's going to challenge your action steps because you're going to have to do stuff you didn't do before. The reason I know you didn't do it before is because if you did, you would have the goal already. So in order to get the goal, you're going to have to do new things, right? You're going to have to take actions that you're not used to taking. So that's going to be uncomfortable. So a good goal is going to challenge your belief system, challenge your belief of who you think you are right now, because you're going to have to change that belief in order to have the goal, because you're going to go from being a person who doesn't have it to a person who does have it. And those are two different people. So a good goal has you go from believing you're one thing, believing you can't have a thing you really want, to having it, which then means you have to change your perspective to I am a person who has this. And then the trick in getting the goal is simply come from here, come from I already have it. I already am the person who has the goal, and then behave like that person does. Because that person, it doesn't challenge their belief system of who they are. It actually supports it, right? I have the thing, therefore I can have the belief that I am a person who has this thing. If you don't change that, if you have a belief that you can't have that thing, and then you get that thing, then if you don't change the perspective of who you are, if your self-definition doesn't grow to include this is now where I am and what I deserve and what I can have and what I'm worthy of, then your only option is to get rid of the thing to match the belief from before, right? So, nonetheless, it challenges your belief of who you are. Your feelings are in between your beliefs and your actions, so definitely, if you're doing things you don't think you deserve to do or are capable of doing or whatever your story is, if you are taking action to do something that you don't believe you can do, and it's a new action that you've never done before, or that's probably scary, possibly why you haven't done it before, it's definitely going to challenge your feelings in between. Your feelings are probably going to be like, blah, blah. Like palms sweating and stomach out, and probably it could even make you sick, trying to stop you. Your feelings just being like, oh, terror. However, you're going to have to deal with the feeling part too, because if you go to take the new action toward the new goal, to create that new you, if you go to do this scary action, well, doing it from a feeling of or sweaty palms or, sweat all the way down your side of your shirt. If you go to take that scary action from a beingness like, the action isn't going to be very effective. So that beingness of whatever that feeling is, like feeling calm and confident and present and capable, and well, capable is a thought. So the feeling of excited and focused and slightly nervous and determined, like those feelings. Then from those feelings, you go take that new scary action. It probably wouldn't be that scary of an action now, because your beingness is more that of the person who has the goal. And the person who has the goal isn't nervous, sick to their stomach, or upset or scared or whatever. And because they have the goal, so they obviously have dealt with that emotion and feel strong in there. And that person who has it already has taken the scary action, so they wouldn't be scared of it now. They probably were before. However, see the challenge? So if you set a good goal, if you set a really good goal, which again is one who you have to grow your perception of yourself to a bigger storyline to be able to hold that new result that you create, right? So that's a good goal. And when you do that, it's automatic. What determines if it's a good goal is, does it challenge your perception of who you are right now? Will it take a growth in your self-perception to something bigger, more to the truth of who you are, which is full capable, full deserving, fully worthy, right? So if it grows you to that place, that's a good goal. It's going to challenge your belief in yourself. It's going to make your feelings go haywire, which is a good journey to learn to get in control of those. In those moments, just breathe. And then it's going to require new actions. You're going to have to do things you haven't done before to get things you haven't gotten before. So you're going to have to take new actions. Anything new is scary. I guarantee you, when you think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to call this person and ask for support, or put in my application for, or talk to my boss, or whatever the action step is. I'm going to get the bank loan. I'm going to propose to the girl. Whatever the action is that's scary may not be scary as you think it is. One, it's probably not as scary as you're making it up to be. Two, it's going to be scary because you've never done it before. So just let it be scary. Like, enjoy the fear, or play with taking that fear and turning it into power, and to take the action step. Play with it. Do whatever, because it's going to be present. If you don't deal with it in that moment, it's always going to stop you. You can't let it stop you. Just find a way around it. Create a new relationship with that spot right there. And, 3, probably why that action's thought that it's scary is just because it is scary, because it's the unknown. It's the part, like, if I do that, I'm going to get the goal. And that's the ultimate moment in achieving that big goal, those good goals, is that you have to, in that moment, let go and accept that I am this one who has this goal for real. Before, I was just being there, coming from there. But a part of me knew that wasn't real yet. However, those actions, right? Scary. You figure out how to take the action. There's a moment when you're going to do the action, and then it's going to succeed, and then you're going to have the thing. And everybody would be like, well, logically, you'll be happy in that moment. Well, that can be the scariest moment, because it's the final let go of the one before, and now you're this. And really, that's you're transcending into a new you. The beauty is, though, it's not that old you doesn't disappear. It stays in there. That old you who didn't have it, now who does have it, they just take a new role, because now they're necessary to see how far you've come from there, to remember the journey, what you discovered about yourself, the truth you discovered. Then you look back at what that old you used to think, and it just looks sweet. It just looks like, oh, baby, oh, you're so much, and yet you had so far to be able to go, and now we're going to go again. It just looks adorable from the past. It helps you just be in the moment of having it now. However, that's the journey of getting a good goal. Challenging your self-perception. Challenging your beliefs. Probably scary as hell emotionally, but learning to deal with that, or find a way to use those feelings to empower you forward, and taking new actions, doing things you've never done before, possibly terrifying, while that belief voice is screaming at you, if you're not, that's where you might die. Right? Or they'll all leave you, you'll be alone. If you get this, stop. It's not against you. It's trying to keep you safe. It's also the same voice that when you have the goal on the other end will say, I always knew you could do it. It's that inner voice. However, and then you take those action steps and step forward, and then look at that. You're engaging. Who are you? Because you found a new you. So now you get to re-answer, who am I? Right? And now you're this bigger thing. And then set more goals and keep going. Because if you just do that once, then you'll think you're that. And it's not about what you become. It's not, it is about what you become. It's not even about what you become. It's about how you became it, what you discovered. Because once you are that one with the new goal, if you don't set more goals and keep doing this process of discovering further who you are and what you're capable of and how all that, then you're going to miss the point, because it isn't finding this real you who is just here. Because watch this. If you can set a new goal that's outside of who you think you are right now and grow to that, and then get there and then set another one and grow to that, and then set another one and grow to that, at some point you're going to be like, my God, do I have to do this forever? Well, you don't, as long as you remember the truth or find the truth, because the point is, you're not the one you become. You're not the one, like you set a bigger goal and become bigger. And then from there, set a bigger goal and it's bigger. And set a bigger goal and it's bigger. If you're focused on the thing you become, then you'll miss the truth of what's so valuable in the process of setting goals. And that is to realize that you're not the one you become. You're the becomer. You're that thing that keeps being one thing and then setting a vision into another bigger you that's bigger than you think is possible, and then accomplishing that. So you're not the accomplishment that you get. You made that result, but you're the one who became. So you're the becomer. You're the grower. You're the driver. You're the courageous, brave one. You're the goal setter. So it's not about the goals, it's about the growth it takes to get the goal. But you can't prove you have the growth until you have the goal. And goals are so deceptive to make you think that this is what I am or who I am, or this is as far as I can go. Because if you keep doing this your entire life, it'll keep working. Because it works for people in their 90s, hundreds, just like it works for 2-year-olds, 10, 20, 50. It works for every person. Which is what I think the point of life is ultimately, is to discover that. Like, what is it that I am? Well, watch some more videos. Isn't that the question? And in this scenario, I am the becomer. I am the grower. I am the goal setter. I am the boundary breaker. Right? Not the thing I accomplish. This is the greatest teacher I ever had. My greatest mentor. Spent years pounding into my head one thought over and over. It's taken me forever to realize, and I'm probably going to spend the rest of my life figuring it out or remembering it. But she said, you are not your results. Shirley Hunt. You're not your results.